actually recently just did a trip overseas performing for the troops, which is hands down the best thing I've done. Yes. Yeah. If you served, thank you for your service. I've done it a few times. This time something happened, and thought I should talk about it. So I went over. I was doing a base in Qatar. Some people call it Qatar. All right. But I guess it's Qatar. They told me. I was like, "Hey, it's cool here in Qatar." They're like, "It's Qatar." I'm like, "Okay." So I do the show, right? We do the show. Well, there's 4 of us comedians over there, right? So we do the show. Our security detail's like, hey, we want to take you out to a cool spot after the show. So we go out to this place and we go actually walk into this really beautiful, like 5-star hotel. It's like super nice. We walk in there, and as we're walking in, I see this other door, and I just hear this. I'm like, oh no. Right, we're going to a club. I have never been a clubber, okay? This body does not club, okay? I'm way too out of shape for that shit, okay? Right, I've never, even when I was single, it wasn't like my thing, right? But I'm like, you know what? New me, let's do this. Right, and I'm with, so one of my buddies who is a comedian is from LA, and that's Los Angeles. His name is Steven, and he is a clubber. Okay, this guy loves clubs, all right? He is loving this. We go in, our security detail knew the manager of the club, right? So we get this VIP booth, right? They got this hookah thing, we got drinks, right? And when I get into a place like that, I get extremely introverted, right? I just like sit and I watch. I'm just like, okay, right? People watcher, right? So I'm sitting in the booth, and my buddy Steven, very much an extrovert, all right? I'm sitting in the booth, he's on the edge of the table looking at me, he's like, Heath, let's go! Come on! Let's do this! It's so loud in there, okay? He's just yelling at me, just look, come on! Let's do it! Come on! I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. He's like, you gotta just come on! Let's go! I'm like, no, I don't. He's like, let's do this! Come on! That's what. That hurt. That's what he did. So I'm like, fine, okay, all right. So I do my moves on the dance floor, right? Walk my way out there, just very awkward, just suitcases. And to the side. That is my zone, okay? Now, in this club is like 90% dudes. I'm not kidding. All the women, I felt so sorry for. There's just a swarm of guys around every woman, right? Right? I just felt bad. I'm out there doing my suitcase dance. Steven's just like, he's doing all. He's getting after it. Right? These 5 guys come up to us on the dance floor. 5 guys, they're just like, yeah. I don't know what that dance was, but that's kind of like they're shaking. They're doing it. Steven's like, wow. And I'm just, right? It's getting crazy. And I just worked my way off the dance floor, right? Back to the booth where it's safe. Right? Steven comes back to this high top table, right? He comes back with these 5 guys. They're talking. Steven's like, hey, come on. I come over. We're talking to him. And they're like, hey, what are you doing here? That's what I heard. I don't know if that... I'm probably butchering the accent. I'm sorry, but it's a loud club. I just said, what are you doing here? And we're like, oh, we're comedians. Like, oh, we love comedy. Yeah, cool. And I look over, and I see our security detail talking to the manager, okay? And it's so loud in there, I can't hear them. I just see their mouth movements. And I look at our security detail, and all he does, and I see this, is look at him and said, thank you for letting me know, and looks at us. And I'm like, hold on a minute. So, go over there, and I'm like, hey, are we okay? We okay? We doing good? Right? And he's like, oh, you're fine. I'm like, oh, God. Right, go back to the table. Right, these guys are so nice. They're like so sweet. They're like, hey, you can come out afterwards. You know, we party and stuff. And we're like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. We'll see. I don't know. You know, so nice, right? They're so nice. So about 30 minutes later, we leave. And as we're walking out, our security detail was like, hey, I didn't want to tell you guys while you're in there because I didn't want you freaking out. But those guys you were hanging out with were ISIS. Did you guys feel that in here? I felt it and heard it. All your assholes slammed shut, along with mine. I was like, what? Steven's like, I grinded on ISIS? I was like, yeah, you did. All of them. All of them. Right? It was like going crazy. And Steve was like, they invited us out. And I'm like, I know they invited us out. They were so sweet and so nice. Guys, they were nicest, is what they were.